playoff part 2 content, as well as your next MCS player 95 overall Derwin James. MCS next event is going to be January 23rd, 24th, and then it's in early February, but a solid little free card. Playoff part 2 promo is all present players. There are also 91s and 93 overalls, I believe, for each team. The Bills champion is going to be 96 overall Gabriel Davis, although a little bit slow at only 94 speed. Next up, we've got Sam Hubbard at the end, of course, who had the, fumble, pick 6 in the division, in the wild card game. 91 speed, low power move, low strength, so I don't know how great of a card he is. Fred Warner at 94 speed, easily the fastest middle linebacker in the game, although his hit power and strength is a little bit low. Even zone coverage, in my opinion, is a little bit low. I think they kind of messed up Fred Warner's stats a little bit. Christian Kirk slot, he gets deep out elite for 0 AP. 96 speed. He is going to be your budget version of T.Y. Hilton and a better version of Adam Thielen. Deron Bland is the Cowboys champion, 6 foot tall, 96 speed, 97 press overall. A little bit low on man coverage, but he hits the 90 overall threshold. Solid little card. Then Andrew Thomas, left tackle, who does get 0 AP identifier, 1 AP secure protector. He is your 96 overall Giants champion, and then the last champion we are getting, or no, this is not the last champion we're getting, sorry. We're on to the LTDs. iJoebruin gets another card. Eagles, man, their theme just gets better and better every single week. And then the other LTD, and this one's a little bit confusing to me, is Justin Reed for the Chiefs, because he has a 94 overall card. So he actually gets all AFC chems, but I mean, there's a lot of other players they could have chose for the Chiefs on defense. I would like to see L'Jarius Sneed, even like a George Karlaftis would have been fine, but I guess we got Justin Reed. There also will be new predictor sets for the divisional round. So yeah, make sure you guys can already start collecting your playoff predictor tokens and then put them in the sets starting tomorrow morning when this content does go live. Just taking a look at the 93 overall playoff market, because it is going to be the same champion set where you need 5 93 overall playoff cards. You get back 5 B and Ds. They're going in the mid 70s right now. If you want to, you can buy them. I would say only buy them under 70,000 coins. The set cost that would be 350k. Then you get back at least 40. You get back 40k training. So set cost wise, would it be 310k for any of the new 96 champions? If you do want those sets, at least in the beginning, will 100% be cheaper. But of course, as the day goes on, the 96 champions will fall down in price, and there's not really one card that stands out to me that is going to go for 400k plus. So if you do want to make some profit, I would say you got to be on in the morning and try to sell those 96 champions early. But now moving on to the training market, the title of this video, and I want to have a little bit of a long discussion about training, the training market, and why you should buy training. In the background is going to be me just sniping 93, 92, 94, 95. Team of the week cards yesterday. You'll notice my coins on the top right. This was more so towards the beginning of the day, and I'll show you my coins, I'll show you my binder, and where it's at now. But training. We have gotten some news as well yesterday. I was going to make a video, but I kind of got off track. I had my podcast, which is actually a video dropping a little bit before this. Make sure you guys watch that with, me, Adam, and Kay. But we got some news yesterday that is very, very good for training and the value of training. Starting off on Mondays now with AKA promo, we're going to be getting 2 new AKA players every Monday, and on top of that, an AKA LTD, which is really, really cool to see. And we already saw what happened to the training market this past Monday, so I'm sure now every single Monday training is going to spike, kind of like every single week. Also, starting next week on Tuesday, we're going to be getting the weekly wildcard program. If it's any indication of what it's been in the previous years, it is going to heavily involve training, and who knows what we see on that. So starting next week on Monday and Tuesday, it's back-to-back days where there's going to be a very, very high training demand. And I'm not even mentioning, right, we don't know when Team of the Year is coming. It's on the way. It potentially could be maybe next Tuesday, next Wednesday. We don't really know. We have all our collectibles from the Team of the Week solo, so Team of the Year is on the way. We just don't know exactly when, but that's another insane training demand that will cause training to rise. I also haven't even mentioned TVPs. Every day, really, TVPs could come back. Now, personally, I don't think they come back this week. I don't think they come back next week. The reason being, we've had enough new content this week where we don't really need that training boost. I think TVPs will come out when the training market's sort of in chaos and there's not really any demand for it. Maybe like after the Super Bowl, in my opinion. Same with kind of Team Diamonds I'm feeling after the Super Bowl for those. But that is, and I haven't even gone into next tomorrow, starting Thursday and Friday. We're going to have more training demand, like with the new LTDs in the playoff rerules, like we saw this past Thursday and Friday. So right now, this Wednesday, and yes, there will be bye days on Saturday and Sunday, but I don't think they're going to be as cheap as they are today. Today and yesterday, of course, hopefully you guys were buying training yesterday as well. You really need to buy training. I mean, like, you're not going to get a better opportunity than to buy training right now. We saw 94 overalls, which team of the week, guys, you can buy right now for 100K, 105K. We're selling for 135 on Monday. I think training, honestly, this upcoming Tuesday, depending on how good this weekly wildcard program is, training could go above that. We were selling training in the high 2s, low 3s. We could even see maybe the mid 3s if we get that back-to-back days of Train of the Man being the LTDs and then the weekly wildcards. So there's just we always talk about like this perfect storm reasons why training could rise, but we have Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday. The next 4 out of the next 6 days, there is going to be a high train demand. So make sure you get your training now. I would recommend, if you are going to resell, to get 94 overalls in the low 100s. So 100K is exactly 2 per, 105 is 2.1. You could also buy 93s and 92s, although 93s are a little bit harder to sell. Their training market does not rise as much. Also, one thing to note, with the training market going to start rising tomorrow, Thursday, if you actually want any of the new AKA cards that dropped on Monday, I would suggest buying them today. I mean, I'm just going off of logic, right? Training today is cheaper. Tomorrow, training will be more expensive. The AKA rules will then be more expensive, and the champions should be more expensive. So if you want any of the new AKA guys, I would buy them today. And then quickly, before we wrap up this video, just taking a quick look at my binder. You'll notice my coins all the way now down under 30 mil. We've just bought a ton of 94 overall, and it's really just been team of the week cards. Team of the week cards, by the way, are great buys as training investments because they're normally very rare. Whereas if you normally buy, let's say, legend cards, we get that supply every Saturday. Like, I've had Kurt Warner's and Ty Laws in my binder now for the past week and a half. But not AKA team of the week cards, you'll notice, like, I already sold all my team of the week cards prior to Tuesday. So having these team of the week cards in my binder, I really like as training investments. Plethora of 95s, 94s, 93s, 92s, and you can still go out and buy these players for very cheap. It's one thing, right, if we're just speculating on, okay, is training gonna rise on Thursday and Friday for playoff content? Is training gonna rise next Monday for AKA content? We've already seen this past Thursday, this past Friday, training rise pretty significantly, and on Monday it rose a ton. And I'm not even mentioning next Tuesday, which where I think training is going to peak. The question is actually going to become is, do you want to sell any training tomorrow and Friday, or do you want to hold it until Monday or Tuesday? That's the question we're going to be asking ourselves this weekend. But yeah, that's all for this video. Playoff part 2. I don't know why they called it playoff present, past, maybe past. Maybe we're going to get all legends like next week for playoff part 3. Who knows what EA has up their sleeve, but content-wise, man, we're getting a lot of content in the past week. The week upcoming, we got to give credit where credit is due to EA. Comment if you have any questions about the training market, like if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new. And until next time, peace.